Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town as we discuss this week's events and happenings across Brownfield and Terry County. We'll have This Week in History, some laughter and fun. So turn up your volume, sit back, and listen to Talk of the Town.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Talk of the Town show. Doing things again a little bit different. We've decided to go ahead and start pre-recording the Talk of the Town show so that I can get some things done that I need to get done on Monday mornings and stuff like that. But again, welcome. Hope you all had a great weekend. I know we had a great weekend. A lot of good football went on out there over the weekend. Some good volleyball as well. And the Red Raiders won. They should have won. I don't know if y'all watched Sunday Night Football or whatever, but last night the Buffalo Bills came back and beat the Ravens, which helped me on my fantasy football league. I have Mr. Allen as my quarterback for fantasy football, and I haven't checked the stats and scores yet. I'm still trying to figure all that fun stuff out and everything like that. But anyway, quick check of the weather for the week here. Of course, our weather is always sponsored by Pocolambro. Pocolambro does a lot of internet action here in the community of Brownfield and Terry County. And of course, I have Pocolambro at home. We have it at the church, and of course, we have it right here at Town Talk in our studios. And so, good people, if you need something fixed really fast, they're here. They are like Johnny on the spot, folks. So anyway, today, right now, of course, 67 degrees. Feels like 67 degrees outside, but today's high is going to be 88 degrees and no chance of rain. We'll see if that really happens. Tuesday, we get back into the low 90s. It can be 92 on Tuesday is the high, 92 on Wednesday, the high, and then, of course, 91 on Thursday, the high, 90 on Friday, and then 85 on Saturday. And then, of course, we're back into the upper 80s next week, and we'll see if that changes or whatever. The best chance of rain, of course, is on Saturday, about a 20% chance. That's what they're giving us right now. And so we'll see what really happens out there. How about that? One of the hardest jobs, I think, in the world is the job of a meteorologist, where they try to predict the weather. And this is the thing, you can't predict what God's going to do. They can kind of predict some things like that, but for the most part, they can't. And so we'll see what happens. We'd like the rain. We love the rain. We love the moisture. But I also know that some of this cotton crop's going to start busting through the seams. Of course, the peanut crop is about to bust through the seams as well. So we want to thank all of our producers out there as well, farmers, ranchers, for all that they do here in Terry County. Without the farming and agricultural community, we really wouldn't exist out here in Brownfield, Texas. And so kudos to them that are out there. This week, events for this week, of course. Arnold Community Educational Services, which is ACES, will be holding their celebrity readers tonight. Celebrity readers are going to be this year's Terry County Harvest Festival Queen candidates. And they're going to be there at 7 o'clock. Bring your kids from little to Oak Grove age, 5th grade, 6th grade. They get a free book there if you go over there to ACES tonight at 7 o'clock. So go over there. Tomorrow is, of course, the Town Talk show. We're going to have our episode's going to feature, it is Suicide Prevention Month, and it's Suicide Awareness and Prevention Week. And we have Brandy Tales with the Suicide Awareness and Prevention of Terry County going to be with us on the show. There may be another guest as well with her. And we're going to be talking about the upcoming walk that'll be happening this weekend at the high school. And so looking forward to that. because it's a very important topic, folks. A very, very important topic. I think all of y'all know that. Also tomorrow, Brownfield varsity tennis will be going up against Levelland. I believe that is a district game for them. And then, of course, we'll end up having, and there's no volleyball tomorrow for Brownfield for BHS. Just want to make sure that everybody knows that. Typically there is on a Tuesday night, but there is not tomorrow. Wednesday, we have the PAC show. Of course, you can join us live on the app for the PAC show, Politics, Ag, and Commentary. That is, Dan Jackson will be here most likely, and of course I'm usually here to help and give my 2 cents if it's worth it. I'm not really sure it is this day and age, but hey, we'll talk about some agricultural things, politics of course, and then there'll be commentary on that. Thursday the 11th, September the 11th, we will memorialize 24 years of the devastating attacks that happened in 2001. And we all know, we shall never forget, a lot of these younger kids don't know exactly and understand the impact that had on the world that day. It's okay. They don't have to understand it, but we as adults that are, I would say 30 and above, we understand what happened, and we should never forget. And I'm afraid that we have forgotten about a lot of things. With that being said, also on the 11th of September, Brownfield City will be having a council meeting. We're going to hold a public hearing for the proposed budget for 2025-2026 at 7:30 at City Hall inside the City Council chambers. So be there at 7:30 if you want to voice your concern about the proposed budget. The proposed budget is on the City of Brownfield's website. By law, it has to be posted there, so it is already there. And so there's that. And then we'll move on later on that morning again to the Town Talk Show, Thursday's edition. And we're going to be talking with Jackie Pate with the Terry County Soil and Water Conservation District as they get ready for the farm tour the next week or next Thursday. Not this coming Thursday, but next Thursday. And so looking forward to the farm tour. I always love the farm tour. Everybody's invited. Go and get on the bus, take a tour, and you get a free meal with that. And of course, later on in that afternoon, they will name Outstanding Farmer of the Year, Farm Family of the Year, and then of course, Outstanding Young Farmer of the Year. And then plus also they will give the Conservationist Award as well. And so looking forward to that. Also on September the 11th, due to the shortage of officials in the great state of Texas, football officials in the great state of Texas, September the 11th, which is a Thursday, the Brownfield Cubs will be at home finally, and they will go up against Roosevelt. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff time. Again, that is Thursday, September the 11th. And it's also senior night out there, and so go support the seniors that are on the football team. And I believe they're going to be supporting maybe the cheerleaders and the band members and cross country as well. I think that's correct. I could be wrong. Don't hold that to me, but I do know that for sure the football side of things is senior night over there. So, and then also around the same time over there in Wellman, Wellman Union Wildcats will be taking on Paducah at a 7:30 game. Again, the reasoning for it is they got the luck of the draw of having to put the game on Thursday because of the shortage of officials. Which that reminds me, if you want to be an official, go find out how to be one. They need them. They need good ones. And they also need to be paid better too. I think that might be part of the problem. That's my opinion. That's not the opinion of anybody else that I know of. So just saying. Then we'll move on to Friday, the 12th. We'll have, of course, the Sports Beat show at 9:30 a.m. Not sure who's going to be our special guest coach, but I'm thinking I know who it's going to be. We'll see what happens. I'm going to contact them in here in just a little bit to find out if they want to come on the show. Of course, all coaches in Terry County are always welcome. You have an open invitation to be on the Sports Beat show every Friday. It would be kind of cool to have a large round table of all our coaches and stuff, but I know that's not possible because they teach classes and they have to get subs and things like that. But, however, all coaches in Terry County they have an open invitation to be on the Sports Beat show all the time as well. So then Meadow Broncos, they do play Friday night. They have a Friday night game against Loop. Meadow right now is 2-0 on the season and look to go 3-0 on the season, so we'll see what happens with them as well. I just did something to my thing right here. I don't know what I did. So anyway, Saturday the 13th, the Lady Cubs volleyball team will travel over to Tahoka to take on their volleyball team. And so it is I want to say 11 a.m. first, it's not tip-off, first serve. There we go. And so there's that. But also on the 13th, Brownfield varsity tennis. They will head over to Lubbock Cooper Liberty High School, and they are, right now their football team is doing really well as far as the new school is concerned. But Brownfield varsity tennis, our tennis team is one of the best in the state, hands down. That's my opinion. You can't tell me any different. It is what it is. But anyway, like I said, Brownfield varsity tennis will be taking on Lubbock Cooper Liberty. And then, of course, the big event of Saturday on the 13th is the Terry County Suicide Awareness and Prevention Walk. And, of course, this will begin at 10 a.m. there at the high school and end at 12 p.m. At Brownfield High School. And so, again, this is something that's a very important piece to everything that we do here in the community. People have struggled in our community, and everybody needs to know that there is still hope. And a lot of people in this community, Brownfield, Meadow, Wellman, all of Terry County and other places around us have been affected by suicide, whether it be a child, a parent, a brother, a sibling, cousin, aunt, uncle, grandparent, friend. And so we've all been affected by this issue. And as always, there is hope. And just want to make sure that is put out there. So please be out there for that Terry County Suicide Awareness and Prevention Walk at 10 a.m. there at the Brownfield High School. That is an important event, and let's show up for that. How about we do that? Wellman Union and Meadow High School will be joining Brownfield this week as well. And I meant to say that is for today. Today at 5 o'clock, they will be holding a Mesa District FFA meeting, or is it FFA Mesa District meeting? Whatever. Anyway, here at Brownfield, they will be hosting that over there in the Commons area at 5 o'clock today. So don't forget about that. And then, of course, just enjoy the week, folks. It's going to be beautiful days out there. Go and do something special. How about that? So anyway, I'll be right back after this quick little break. We're going to go through a little bit of this day in history or this week in history type stuff. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
In the rhythm of small-town life, Pocolambro has been the steady beat, connecting communities for over 70 years. In a world that's always evolving, your connection matters. That's why Pocolambro proudly provides fast, reliable internet services, reaching speeds of up to 1 gig on our fiber network. Whether you're running a business, staying connected with loved ones, or exploring the endless possibilities of online learning, Pocolambro is here to power your dreams with blazing fast internet. Your dreams, our connection. Pocolambro, connecting our communities for over 7 decades.
Experience ultimate comfort with B&S Heating and Air Conditioning, where you can always count on us for fast service that keeps you cozy year-round. We make upgrading your system easy and affordable with free estimates, flexible financing options, and cutting-edge, energy-efficient Trane products that deliver long-term savings. If you want to cut through all the BS, call 80663-60050 or visit www.bnsheatingandair.com now to secure your appointment and take the first step towards a more comfortable home.
Terry County Veterinary Hospital is your first stop for your animal's well-being. Dr. Jim Ridenauer and staff are committed to keeping your pets and animals healthy and happy. Terry County Vet provides quality medical care for all animals, large and small. We want to make sure your pets, livestock, or show projects are taken care of. Whether it be through maintenance or emergencies, Terry County Vet Hospital is there for you and your animal. Call 806-585-6363 to set up an appointment or stop by their location on the Lubbock Highway between Brownfield and Meadow.
The folks at Lintigar Electric Cooperative work hard to meet your needs as consumer owners and the needs of your community too. Their business is to provide electric service as reliably and economically as possible. But the bottom line, the foundation of their day-to-day work, is the satisfaction of their co-op member owners and their colleagues and business associates. So please share your ideas and thoughts with the folks at Lintigar, because if you're not satisfied, they're not satisfied. Lintigar Electric Cooperative, owned and operated by those we serve.
At Sundown State Bank, there's nothing more important than people we serve. Dedicated to community development and involvement, our roots are in Texas, and we're proud of it. With 5 branches across West Texas in Brownfield, Denver City, Levelland, Sundown, and Wall, we are positioned to serve rural communities with excellent rates, personalized service, and trustworthy banking. Explore our banking services at sundownsb.com. Sundown State Bank, your choice for local banking.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
45% of people put off buying life insurance, according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of illness or a tragic accident. Call me, your local Farmers Insurance agent, Judy Bessler, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Judy Bessler at 806-637-6461.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by LIMRA and Life Happens in 2021.
All right, welcome back to the Talk of the Town. And again, it is September the 8th, 2025. And now we're going to look at this day in history, or this week in history. Featured event today, this time in 1429. Not 1492, 1429. Joan of Arc, a French farmer's daughter who believed she was acting under divine guidance, attempted to oust the Duke of Burgundy and take Paris for newly crowned King Charles VII. Joan of Arc is somebody special for a lot of people. And so that happened in 1429. I don't know how many years ago that is, but it's obviously hundreds of years ago already. So there's that. And then, of course, in 2022, this day in history in 2022, after more than 7 decades on the British throne, Elizabeth II died at the age of 96 years old, and her eldest son, King Charles, became king, or Prince Charles became king. So there's that. And then, of course, 1998, I saw this right here, 1998, this day in history in 1998, Mark McGwire of the St. Louis Cardinals broke Roger Maris's 1961 record for most home runs in a regular professional baseball season by hitting his 62nd of the season. He finished the season with 70 home runs. Of course, he may have been taking some steroids too. I don't know. Have to look at that. Also this day in history, on the 8th of September, 1974, Richard Nixon, who had resigned the United States presidency on August the 8th, 1974, was pardoned by his successor, Gerald Ford. So as soon as Gerald Ford got into the office, he went ahead and pardoned President Nixon, and that probably, most likely, and did cause him to lose an election that happened out there. Also, Gerald Ford, a lot of people don't know this, but maybe know this. He was never on the ticket with Richard Nixon. The former vice president had already resigned prior to Gerald Ford taking that position. He's the only president that has never been elected to the presidency. How about that? Of any kind. Because he wasn't on the ballot as vice president. Cool, huh? 1966, this day in history, the first episode of the sci-fi series Star Trek aired on American television. Isn't that something? So there you go. Let's check and see here. September the 10th, this day in history on September the 10th, having survived captured by Indians, reputedly through the efforts of Pocahontas, a chief's daughter, John Smith became president of Jamestown Colony, the first permanent English settlement in North America, this day in 1608 on the 10th, which was really kind of cool. So let's see here. What do we else got here? Right here. In 1988, by winning the U.S. Open, Steffi Graf completed the Grand Slam of tennis. She was the first woman to accomplish the feat since Margaret Court in 1970. This day in history, in 1984, Alex Trebek, may he rest in peace, debuted as host of the TV game show Jeopardy! How about that? That's a pretty cool one. 1955, for all the old-timers out there, TV show Gunsmoke began airing on CBS, and by the time it ended in 1975, 20 years, folks, the series was the longest-running Western on American television. How about that? That's kind of pretty cool, right? I think that's kind of cool. Of course, September the 11th, in 2001, that day, 19 Muslim Islamist militants from Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 planes in the United States, crashing into three buildings. Of course, the 2 big trade towers, and then, of course, the Pentagon. And the 4th crashed in Pennsylvania in a field, killing some 3,000 people that day here in the United States of America. That was a very tough. It was a very tough day, folks. A very tough day. I think we all can agree with that, those that remember it. And so there is that. Then let's see here. Let's kind of get to something a little bit more, maybe a little bit better than that. The 13th of September, in 1598, King Philip III of Spain, he was also King Philip II of Portugal, was crowned on this day in 1598, was virtuous in his private affairs, but indifferent as a ruler and extravagant in his spending. And and he caused a lot of Spain's economic problems back in the day. This day in 2015, on the 13th, American basketball player Moses Malone, who was a dominating center for the NBA premier offensive rebounder in the 80s, leading the Philadelphia Sixers to a championship in 83, died at the age of 60. That was sad, wasn't it? I remember that. I remember him dying there. In 1990, those that are Law and Order fans, the Law and Order franchise series debuted on NBC in 1990. It is became one of the longest-running primetime TV dramas in the United States, and it is still on. Law and Order. There's Law and Order SVU, and so it's crazy how it just continues to keep going. Also, for all you chocolate lovers out there, all you wonderful chocolate lovers out there, I like chocolate. I'm not a lover of chocolate, but I do like chocolate. Anyway, Milton Snavely Hershey, founder of Hershey Chocolate Company, was born in Pennsylvania in 1857. So anyway, folks, that's going to do it for today's Talk of the Town show, whatever you call it. That's what you want to call it. Y'all have a great day, and God bless.